Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Nam Nam
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Advaita
Ram, Ram Ram,
Gadadaya
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Srivastava
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Guna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna, Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Guna.
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Guna,
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram,
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Guna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
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 Ram,
Guna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Guna.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Guna, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Guna.
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna.
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna.
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Guna.
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna.
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Guna.
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram.
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
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 Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare, Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Guna.
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Guna, Hare Guna.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Guna, Hare Guna.
Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare Guna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna, Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare, Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Hare, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna.
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare Guna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare.
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Guna Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Guna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare.
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Guna
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Guna
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Guna
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
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 Hare.
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram
Ram,
Hare.
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram
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 Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Hare
Hare Guru,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Ram
Shri
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Guru,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guru, Hare
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Guru,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guru,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Guru, Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Guru, Hare Guru,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Guru,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guru,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Guru,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guru,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guru, Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guru,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Guru,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Guru, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Guru, Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Nam Nam Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Chaitya Krishna, Guru Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Chaitya
Hare Hare
Krishna, Sati Guru,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
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 Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
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 Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Hare, Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Hare, Krishna,
Hare Guna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare
Hare Guna
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Guna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Guna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
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 Guna
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare,
Guna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
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 Guna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Guna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Ram
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Guna
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare Ram 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 Hare
Hare Guna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram
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 Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna
Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
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 Guna
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Guna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
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 Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Guna
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Hare Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Hare
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Hare Hare
Ram
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
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 Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
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 Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
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 Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Ram Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Ram
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 Hare
Krishna
Ram
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna
Krishna
Ram
Hare
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 Ram Ram
Ram
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare
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 Ram
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 Guna
Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram Hare
Ram
Ram Ram
Ram
Ram Hare
Ram
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
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 Krishna Hare
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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
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 Hare Hare Ram Hare
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 Ram
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
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 Hare
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 Ram
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Guna
Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Guna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare Guna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
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 Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Guna,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Guna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Guna, Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Guna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare
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 Guna,
Ram
Hare
Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Guna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Guna, Hare Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare, Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare.
Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare.
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram,
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Guna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Guna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Guna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Guna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Guna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Guna, Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Guna,
Hare,
Hare
Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Guna, Hare Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram.
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna.
Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna.
Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna.
Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna.
Ram
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna.
Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram Hare
Krishna.
Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram.
Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Ram Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram.
Hare Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare Ram
Krishna.
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna.
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna.
Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram.
Hare Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram.
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu. Shri
Hare
Advaita
Ram, Hare
Gadadhara
Ram,
Sivasadi.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare Krishna, it's 7 o'clock.
Hare Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Thank you for joining.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
So Lord Nrsimhadev
Hare Ram, Hare
slays the
Ram,
king of demons.
Hare Krishna,
So let's see where we are. Okay. ततः सभायम् उपविष्टमुत्तमे नृपासने संभृततेजसं विभुम् अलक्षिताद्वैरथम् अत्यमर्शनम् प्रचण्डवक्त्रं न बभाज कश्चन. Manifesting a full effulgence and a fearsome countenance, Lord Nrsimha, being very angry and finding no contestant to face his power and opulence, then sat down in the assembly hall on the excellent throne of the king. So after killing Hiranyakashipu in the doorway, and then he came and sat on the throne. Because of fear and disobedience, no one could come forward to serve the Lord directly. and he was still seething with anger, and nobody was there to fight with him. There was no match for Nrsingadev. So everybody was afraid to go near. So let's see. When the Lord sat on the throne of Hiranyakashipu, there was no one to protest. No enemy came forward on behalf of Hiranyakashipu to fight with the Lord. This means that his supremacy was immediately accepted by the demons. So whatever demons remained, they did not dare to fight with the Lord. Some fought with the Lord, as we saw in the previous verse, but whatever remained, they did not want to challenge the Lord. Another point is that although Hiranyakashipu treated the Lord as his bitterest enemy, he was the Lord's faithful servant in Vaikuntha. And therefore the Lord had no hesitation in sitting on the throne that Hiranyakashipu had so laboriously created. So his throne must have also been very nicely made. Maybe it was Indra's throne that Hiranyakashipu sat on. And then the Lord said, because he knew at heart Hiranyakashipu was a devotee, Jai and Vijay, Jai from the spiritual world. So Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur remarks in this connection that sometimes, with great care and attention, great saintly persons and rishis offer the Lord valuable seats dedicated with Vedic mantras and tantras, but still the Lord does not sit upon those thrones. Hiranyakashipu, however, had formerly been Jai, the doorkeeper at the Vaikuntha gate, and although he had fallen because of the curse of the Brahmanas and had gotten the nature of a demon, and although he had never offered anything to the Lord as Hiranyakashipu, the Lord is so affectionate to his devotee and servant that he nonetheless took pleasure in sitting on the throne that Hiranyakashipu had created. So the Lord is generally given a fresh seat, right? Not we cannot put the Lord on some place that somebody has already sat on, right? The Lord has to be given fresh garments and cannot give garments or plates in which we eat. We cannot offer the food to the Lord in the plates we eat. So new things have to be offered to the Lord. But here, the Lord Himself went and sat on the seat of Hiranyakashipu, which was used by Hiranyakashipu, because ultimately Hiranyakashipu is Jai from the spiritual world. He was cursed by the four Kumaras, and also Jai also, I mean, we know that they also wanted to participate, serve the Lord in the Vidyaras, because the Lord desired to accept, the Lord desired to relish Vidyaras, the fighting. So they also came. So all this pastime actually it happened in one sense because of Jai and Vijay's desire to serve the Lord, or the Lord's desire to experience Vidyaras, the fighting spirit. So this whole pastime of Kumara, you can say the four Kumaras coming. So internally their desire was to serve the Lord. That's why they came. Okay, so in this regard, it is to be understood that a devotee is fortunate in any condition of his life. So even if they've, supposing we think that they've fallen, so even that they are fallen, then the devotee is still fortunate because he has served the Lord. So we have the verse, Tyaktva, what is that verse which Narad Muni tells Vyasadeva, that you have described all this, karma kanda and everything. Actually, even a fallen devotee is nothing to lose, right there. He says, Tyaktva swadharmam
Sarnambujam Harer
bhajan
Bhupana Pakvo Athapate Tato Yadi Yatra Ko Va Bhadrama Buddha Vashakim Ko Vata Apta Bhajatam Swadharmata.
So he's saying that even if a devotee is not like perfect, but if he has practiced devotional service for some time, and then he leaves the devotional service, and then maybe he's not gotten his material success because he was engaged in devotional service, but he left it afterwards. Still, there is no loss for him because the Lord is so kind that next life again he will get an opportunity, or the Lord may take him back to God also. So that is the fortunate position of a devotee. Okay. Anything else on this verse that we could learn? Or
I was thinking that here in this verse that Lord is, so you say that like, if you do the devotional service, Krishna remembers everything, right?
yeah.
I mean, this as here is mentioned that although he had never offered anything to the Lord as Hiranyakashipu, so as a Hiranyakashipu, he was not a devotee, but Krishna never forget that he was a devotee in his previous, I mean, spiritual world. So and so Krishna never think about that his fault, right? Is not that's why he says that the Vaishnavas are also not finding, and this is a qualification of Vaishnava. They are adoshadarshi, right? He never sees the other's fault. So he see the good qualities. Like as a Hiranyakashipu, he was not having any good qualities. He was a demon. But he saws that because this was my devotee and he has a lot of good qualities, and he ignores, Krishna ignores the faults and from his current life, and he sees that's why he sits on his throne. Sorry. He sits on his throne also. So, I mean, we can learn that we should not see the faults in others. Everybody has some good qualities and faults. So we see this is a combination of like faults and um, like glories and good qualities. So one should accept the like one should become like a honeybees, right? They seeks honey and like everything. So that's the thing. And other thing which I like in this one, that it says that the great saintly persons and rishis offered the Lord valuable seats dedicated with Vedic mantras and tantra, but still Lord does not sit upon those thrones. So if mantra and tantras or maybe knowledge or is not attracted to a Lord, right? Is only if there is a word of devotion and love is get attracted and Krishna accept it. I shared a couple of backs like a video that in this verse, I forget his name. In this verse, he was talking about that Rukmani and Satyabhama. So Satyabhama was, I mean, she's devotee of Krishna, of course, she's wife of Krishna, but the difference was it was showing that Satyabhama she's beautiful and she wanted to purchase Krishna by the she has a sense of pride of her wealth. So she wanted to purchase Krishna, but Krishna nobody can purchase by the wealth of Krishna. However one may be wealthy. But when Rukmini comes and she just offer a leaf of tulsi and Krishna get put, I mean that balance, right? So yeah, this is only about the devotion. One cannot purchase Krishna with any other abilities, whoever the position is, because Satyabhama is the wife of Krishna, right? Her position is really elevated. But if there is a pride of anything, he cannot accept.
Thank you. Nice points. Yeah, so it's devotion, right? Devotion is what, like in this world also, only if somebody really cares for us, somebody loves us, then we become also indebted to that person. If they're only simply after our wealth or something like that, then it's not appealing. So Krishna, there's qualities there in us, it's there in Krishna also. So Krishna also is looking for love. Everybody is looking for love, as what George Harrison said, like that. So yeah, so Krishna is also looking for, because he has everything and nothing we can do to please him really. But with devotion, if you offer him even the most insignificant thing, then he will accept. So
Mhm.
okay.
In any condition of life, as Kalakantha Prabhu was saying, we were discussing the Tatya Anukampam verse yesterday. Even if Krishna places me in a difficult situation, I will consider that as part of my karma. But Krishna being merciful, he has minimized my suffering. So being grateful to Krishna, I will offer my body, mind and words to Krishna in any situation that he places me. That's what Krishna is looking for, unconditional love.
Yeah. So even if I'm fallen, still I will serve Krishna. Whatever it is, whatever my situation may be, let's say, then actually we are all fallen in this material world because we have come to this material world. But still I will serve Krishna. So whatever situation Krishna puts me in, or I have put myself in by my karma, whatever situation I have put myself in by my karma, still I will serve Krishna. So that is the, yeah, that verse, yeah. And expect Krishna's mercy. Someday Krishna will be merciful. Longing for Krishna's mercy, right? That's the thing. Okay, so next verse. Thank you for the comments. Nishamya loka trayamastaka tamadi daityam harina hatam ridhe praharsha vego kalitanana muhu prasuna varsher vavrushu surastriya. Hiranyakashipu had been exactly like a fever of meningitis in the head of the three worlds. So he was like a, this is sometimes what do they say? Pain in the butt, something like that they say in English. He was just like a disturbance in the whole world. Thus, when the wives of the demigods in the heavenly planets saw that the great demon had been killed by the personal hands of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their faces blossomed in great joy because their husbands were driven out from their, and now the wives are happy that now, okay, he is dead. Like in Bombay also, Mr. N was giving so much trouble to all the devotees and harassing. And when he passed away because of a heart attack, then Prabhupada was happy. He's so like that. The Lord removed him, something like that. He said, Narsinghadev also. I think he said Narsinghadev removed him. So the wives of the demigods again and again showered flowers from heaven upon Lord Narsinghadev like rain. So they were so happy. At that time, the airplanes of the demigods who desired to see the activities of the Supreme Lord, Narayan, crowded the sky. So a lot of demigods came to see Narsingadev. The demigods began beating drums and kettle drums, and upon hearing them, the angelic women began to dance while the chief of Gandharvas sang sweetly. They were dancing in joy. Then, my dear King Yudhishthir, the demigods then approached the Lord. They were headed by Lord Brahma, King Indra, Lord Shiva, and included great saintly persons, and the residents of Pitralok, Siddhalok, Vidyadharlok, and the planets of the snakes. The Manus approached, and so did the chiefs of various other planets. The angelic dancers approached, as did the Gandharvas, the Charanas, the Yakshas, the inhabitants of Kinnarlok, the Vetalas, the inhabitants of Kim Purushalok, and the personal servants of Vishnu like Sunanda and Kumuda. All of them came near the Lord, who glowed with intense light. They individually offered their obeisances and prayers, their hands folded at their heads. So they were very happy and they wanted to express their gratitude to the Lord for killing Hiranyakashipu. They were offering prayers and okay, obeisances. Then Lord Brahma is saying, Shri Brahma Uvacha Natosmi Anantaya Durantak Shaktaye Vichitra Viryaya Pavitra Karmane Vishwasya Sarga Sthiti Sanyamanam Gunai Samyamanam Gunai Swalilaya Sandagate Vayatmane. Lord Brahma prayed, "My Lord, you are unlimited and you possess unending potencies. No one can estimate or calculate your prowess and wonderful influence, for your actions are never polluted by the material energy." So he's glorifying the Lord Brahma. Through the material qualities, you very easily create the universe, maintain it, and again annihilate it, and yet you remain the same without deterioration. I therefore offer my respectful obeisances unto you. The activities of the Lord are always wonderful. His personal servants Jay and Vijay were confidential friends, yet they were cursed and they accepted bodies of demons. Again, in the family of one such demon, Prahlad Maharaj was caused to take birth to exhibit the behavior of an exalted devotee, and then the Lord accepted the body of Nrsimhadev to kill that demon, who by the Lord's own will had taken birth in a demoniac family. Therefore, who can understand the Lord's transcendental activities? So, the Lord only orchestrated his pastime, right? He only sent this Jai to be born as Hiranyakashipu, and then Prahlad was sent in, and then he came as Nrsimhadev. So he's the director of all the pastimes. Not to speak of understanding the transcendental activities of the Lord, no one can understand even the activities of his servants. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Tara Vakya Kriya Mudra Vijena Bujai. No one can understand the activities of the Lord's servant. Therefore, what to speak of the activities of the Lord? So we cannot understand the activities of the Lord's pure devotees because their consciousness is completely in Krishna and they're doing everything for the pleasure of Krishna. Sometimes they may do some things that we may not understand why they are doing. Therefore, what to speak of the activities? So even Lord's servants' activities we cannot understand. So what to speak of the activities of the Lord? Who can understand how Krishna is benefiting the entire world? The Lord is addressed as Duranta Shakti because no one can understand his potencies and how he acts. Okay, so it is difficult to understand the Lord. Vedeshu Durlabham. Like, yeah, Krishna is difficult to understand. Why he does what he does. Even Brahma, who is saying? Bhishma Dev, right? What does he say? It's very difficult to understand why the Pandavas are suffering. Even though they are in the company of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, they went through so much. Right, like that. So sometimes it's difficult to understand. But Krishna is trying to bring us closer to him. That's the only thing we can say. Okay. Any other comments anybody has? Okay, so the next one.
Lord Krishna is the most merciful Lord. He doesn't accept, he does not tolerate anything against his devotees, but also he does not tolerate devotees who become unjust even after service. So, he gives the enlightenment to people, sometimes by experiences of others, or sometimes by in their own lives. So, I think this is related to that only, probably.
Yeah, everybody is ultimately getting purified through the material existence is ultimately meant to push us back to Krishna. So different situations in life, and if we learn our lessons, otherwise we can remain also. It's like Nitya, what is called Nitya Baddha, like
Mhm.
we can remain eternally conditioned also.
So this entire pastime of this Jay and Vijay getting cursed by the four Kumaras, they tried to stop them. They thought that they were young kids only and they're not allowed. So that is like finding fault in Vaishnavas. So Vaishnavera guna grahi na dekhai dosh, kaya mana vakya kare Vaishnav santosh. One should accept only good qualities in Vaishnavas and never find fault in them. So if they are behaving some oddly, unless you are in management position, you should not contemplate on their faults or not criticize them. Otherwise, Jay and Vijay fell down to become demons. So, yeah, that's one of the lessons in this story.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so the next verse then. Shri Rudra Uvacha Kopakalo Yugantaste Hatoyam Masura Lipkaha Tatsutam Pahi Upashritam Bhaktam Te Bhaktavatsala. Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma prayed. He glorified the Lord. Now Lord Shiva's turn. Lord Shiva said, the end of the millennium is the time for your anger. Now that this insignificant demon Hiranyakashipu has been killed, O my Lord, who are naturally affectionate to your devotee, kindly protect his son Prahlad Maharaj, who is standing nearby as your fully surrendered devotee. But in one sense, there is nothing for now Prahlad Maharaj to be. I mean, because he has already Hiranyakashipu who was trying to kill Prahlad, he's already dead. But maybe in the future some demons may attack or something like that. Prahlad Maharaj. So he's saying, kindly protect who is standing nearby. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the creator of the material world. There are three processes in creation, namely creation, maintenance, and finally annihilation. During the period of annihilation, at the end of each millennium, the Lord becomes angry, and the part of anger is played by Lord Shiva, who is therefore called Rudra. When the Lord appeared in great anger to kill Hiranyakashipu, everyone was extremely afraid of the Lord's attitude. But Lord Shiva, knowing very well that the Lord's anger is also his Leela, was not afraid. Lord Shiva knew that he would have to play the part of anger for the Lord. Kal means Lord Shiva, Bhairav, and Kopa means refers to the Lord's anger. Those words combined together as Kopa Kala refers to the end of each millennium. Actually, the Lord is always affectionate towards his devotees, even though he may appear very angry, because he is Avyayatma, because he never falls down. Even when angry, the Lord is affectionate towards his devotees. So his anger is also beneficial for the devotee. Therefore, Lord Shiva reminded the Lord to act like an affectionate father towards Prahlad Maharaj, who was standing by the Lord's side as an exalted, fully surrendered devotee. So Lord Shiva also, I think maybe he becomes angry when he has to. So he knows that the Lord's anger is not like out of mode of passion, right? So, but it is transcendental anger. Right? So, okay. So, any other comments on this verse?
Like transcendental anger would be best described when you see how Ravan got killed by Lord Ram,
Hmm.
and so
Hanumanji burned Lanka, right? Hanumanji also burned
yeah,
Lanka. And Arjuna fought in the battle of Kurukshetra also. So, like that.
yeah,
When it is used in the Lord's service, Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane, right? It is described that anger can be, Narottam Das Thakur says, anger can be used against those who are envious of the devotees and the Lord. Krodha Bhakta Dveshi Jane. But yeah, we have to be careful. We cannot just uh, use anger in that way and then do something. And so Hanumanji is a pure devotee, and he was acting like, and they're guided by the Lord, right, from his heart. So they are different. But we can't. Sometimes we may just be angry because of the mode of passion and the desire to control others and to establish our false ego over others, right? So that's why we may become angry. But that's not like transcendental anger. So we have to see also, examine, right, why I'm becoming angry and what is my motivation. Because, yeah, we can miss. So we need guidance and things like that. Okay.
In this way, it says that even the Lord is angry, but he is always affectionate towards his devotees. The Krishna is like thinking that the protection of the, we say that this is not only important, the protection of the body, protection of the soul is important. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, if Lord is angry, it's also for our benefit. We have to see in this way. Sometimes we get angry, if something is not externally appears good in our life, then I have seen that many complaints and got angry. Some people becomes averse towards their, Lord. So, I mean, one has to be keep the faith that whatever mood Lord is exhibiting, it's for.
Yeah, that's the last verse of whether you ignore me, you become angry at me, whatever, I'm still surrendered to you like that. But then we have to see also why the Lord is angry at me because maybe I am offending other devotees. That's why the Lord has become angry at me. So we have to also analyze ourselves why things are happening the way they are happening. Maybe there is something I'm doing wrong, or I'm still, you know, being carried away by my so many material desires I have, and that's why I'm like there was one lecture by Vraj Bihari Prabhu. Is it Krishna's will or is it your foolishness? We'll hear that. It came on Dandavats. Vraj Bihari Prabhu from Maryland. So is it Krishna's will or is it your foolishness? So that's also we have to see.
But when Krishna is angry and he kills the demons are getting liberated. So any act of Krishna is auspicious towards us. So we say the mother giving sweet to the child or bitter medicine to the child or is meant for the child's benefit. So Krishna, in fact, he's affectionate father as is mentioned here. So even if he gives us punishment, is so we can to correct us.
Is to reform, yes. So that we know what is our mistake, right? So we have to realize, okay, I'm doing this, this is not right. That's why Krishna has given us the. So, like material world, yeah, why we are here and we are suffering because I've turned away from Krishna. Ultimately, we come to that conclusion. Yes, so that's good. If you come to that conclusion, then that's good. But as long as we don't come to that conclusion, then there is like no, repeated punishments. Like so, so we go from one life to the next, and then again we have to go through birth, death, old age, disease, birth, death, old age, disease, and like that. Okay, so the next verse. We are not meant to go through like this, right? The struggle and the birth, death, old age, disease, and all these wars. So here always Kali Yuga has so much disagreement, and everybody is ready to fight. Yesterday, India sent some missiles into Pakistan. Pakistan is saying that they are going to retaliate. And we'll see what
They
happens.
retaliated, like three civilians got killed today in Jammu and Kashmir again. They have started the war again.
Yeah, that is
And
happening all the time. I mean, the crossfire, this cross border shelling is going on always. But
yeah, like since last two
are they
years
going
it
to send
was
some missiles into
peaceful.
India? And if they are going to send some, then they'll escalate more. And then will be more war will go on. So,
It feels like it's Treta Yug still. Like Ravan is also there. Ravan is here. Ram is also here. So the Treta Yug is still going on. It feels like that.
yes. So, holy name has appeared in Kali Yuga. So, that's the way to we can. Okay. Any other comments anybody has? So, we'll move to the next verse. So, Lord Shiva offered his prayers. Now, Indra is offering his prayers. King Indra said, O Supreme Lord, you are our deliverer and protector. our shares of sacrifices, which are actually yours, have been recovered from the demon by you. Because the demoniac king Hiranyakashipu was most fearsome, our hearts, which are your permanent abode, were all overtaken by him. Now, by your presence, the gloom and darkness in our hearts have been dissipated. O Lord, for those who always engage in your service, which is more exalted than liberation, all material opulence is insignificant. They do not even care for liberation, not to speak of the benefits of calm earth and dharma. So Indra is, of course, he's attached to his material opulence, but he's saying here that those who are Indra is very disturbed, right? When we see that he is like something is threatening his position as the king of heaven, then he becomes very disturbed. But he knows the truth actually. He's a mixed devotee, but in his heart he knows that ultimately those who are pure devotees and those who always engage in your service, for them all material opulence is insignificant. They don't even care for come back to Godhead, liberation, or maybe the impersonal liberation they do not care for. So they are very satisfied. Like yesterday we were discussing the stages of bhakti, right? It's the last three stages. What is it? Ruchi, Asakti, Bhav and Prem
Bhav.
4. Maybe Ruchi was not there in that, right? Was it there? Ruchi. Anarth Nivritti, Asakti, Bhav and Prem. Maybe Ruchi was. Because it was 9, right? 3 was like in the Kanishta stage, like or in the beginning stage. Ado Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha and Bhajana Kriya. Then Anartha Nivritti.
Nishtha, Ruchi.
Okay, so that's the 3. Okay, Anartha Nivritti, Nishtha and Ruchi. Those 3 things in the middle
Mm-hmm.
are what? Spontaneous, right? You can say Madhyam Adhikaris.
Madhyam. Yes.
And then finally, Uttam Adhikari is Asakti, Bhav and Prem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, he was talking about Yamuna Devi, as Prabhupada was saying she was in Bhav stage. Maybe we can also hear something from Yamuna Devi someday.
Yeah.
She also was chanting the holy name when she passed away. They found her body with her hands in the bead bag, and she was sitting on a chair. Such auspicious departure.
Yeah. So in this material world, there are 2 kinds of people: the Devatas and the Asuras. So what is Indra saying that yeah, you are our protector, your deliverer, and okay. In this material world, there are 2 kinds of people: the Devatas and the Asuras. Although the demigods are attached to material enjoyment, they are devotees of the Lord. So they are attached to material enjoyment, but they accept the supremacy of the Supreme Lord. They are devotees of the Lord who act according to the rules and regulations of the Vedic injunctions. During the reign of Hiranyakashipu, everyone was disturbed in the routine duties of Vedic civilization. They say they were cutting vegetables in the right. I don't know, it doesn't say in the Bhagavatam, but some devotees say like they were doing all menial services, all the devatas. When Hiranyakashipu was killed, all the demigods who had always been disturbed by Hiranyakashipu felt relief in their general way of life. Because the government in Kali Yuga is full of demons, the living conditions of devotees are always disturbed. Devotees cannot perform yagna, and thus they cannot partake of the remnant of food offered in yagna for the worship of the Lord Vishnu. Yeah, in some countries the government is very, very oppressive, suppressive. They will not allow Harinam Sankirtan and things like that. The hearts of the demigods are always filled with the fear of demons. Therefore, they cannot think of the Supreme Personality of God. Like even when during Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's time, right, they wanted to do Harinam Sankirtan, and then this Qazi's men came and they broke the Mridanga. They threatened that if you do this, you'll have to pay for with your life. We'll take your life. So everybody was very afraid. So then finally Lord Chaitanya, he he gathered everybody and they all marched to the house of Chandkazi. And then after that there's a whole pastime. So here also they were very afraid. And when you are afraid, you cannot think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Prabhupada is saying, therefore they cannot think of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So when there is fear of somebody, then that person is all in your mind, right? When you fear of, so you cannot think of Krishna. And Hiranyakashipu was doing so many atrocities also. So here, the engagement of the demigods is to think of the Lord always within the course of their hearts. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, Yogi api sarvesham matkatena antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yomam samayukta tamamataha. But we know demigods are in so much enjoyment that they cannot fully devote to Krishna because of their enjoyment spirit in the heavenly planets. So, and of all the yogis, he always abides in me with great faith, worshipping me in transcendent loving services, most intimately united with me in yoga, and is the highest of all. So, highest yogi is always thinking of Krishna within his heart and worshipping Krishna. That's the highest yogi. The demigods fully absorb themselves in meditation upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead to become perfect yogis. But because of the presence of demons, their hearts are filled with the activities of the demons. Thus, their hearts, which are meant to be abode of the Supreme Lord, are practically occupied by the demons. Because of the fear, they are in their consciousness, they are thinking of the demons. All the demigods felt relieved when Hiranyakashipu was dead, for they could easily think of the Lord. Yeah, now it is peaceful situation. Otherwise, anytime, Hiranyakashipu can come and create trouble for them. So it was very peaceful. So you need a peaceful situation. Of course, we say Krishna consciousness can be executed in any situation, right? And sometimes fearful situation you can become more Krishna conscious because now there is a danger. We say there are no atheists in a foxhole. So that is also there. That when there is danger, then you can remember Krishna, as Kunti Devi says. When there is calamities, then I will remember you. But for others also, the situation has to be peaceful, so that you can like a peaceful mind, then you can remember Krishna. You can meditate. That's why Ashtanga Yoga, they try to make the mind peaceful, right? By pranayam and all these things. So that you can focus on Paramatma in the heart, like that. So if you have peaceful situation in life, you should use it. The more you sweat during peace, the less you'll bleed during war. So we should use our peaceful situation that we have. Of course, it's not completely peaceful. There will be always some disturbance in this material world. But another thing is that also we should not try to create an anxiety filled situation by our material desires. If it is nice and it is peaceful situation, don't agitate the situation and go into uncertainty, right? That's another thing, right? If it's peaceful, don't start like something that will agitate your mind and then will take your consciousness away from Krishna. So we don't try to do that. If it's already going nice, anyway, life is temporary. I have nothing to gain, nothing to lose in this world, in one sense. And let me remain in this peaceful situation and execute Krishna consciousness for the time I am, because tomorrow I don't know. If my body starts giving trouble, then I may not be in peaceful situation, because there is a lot of pain in the body. Then it's difficult, and anxiety due to so many other things. So these some days we have which are very peaceful. So let's remember Krishna and see the bigger picture also. So don't try to create, because we sometimes think that I have to, mode of passion means I have to agitate so that my senses will be gratified. But then that gratifying situation will create also miseries and things like that. It will create a complex situation. So better to remain in a easy situation where one can chant Hare Krishna and like that. By our material desires, we can complicate our situation also. So we should let all these material desires pass, right? They're coming and going, right? Like rivers are flowing into the sea, but the ocean or the sea is like calm. It doesn't get agitated. So desires are coming, okay, they are coming. They are not, I don't have to act in every desire that's coming. Then Krishna says, Sa shanti apnoti na kama kami. Then he will attain peace. Not the person who tries to satisfy all his desires. Sa shanti apnoti na kama kami. So, if we can just do this, if we can tolerate our material desires that are coming, then they will stop coming after some time. And as we take shelter of Krishna, then they will stop, and then we'll find ourselves in very blissful and peaceful situation. Ultimately, we want peaceful and blissful situation. So, to the extent it is possible in this material world, it's not fully possible, but yeah. So all the demigods felt relieved when Hiranyakashipu was dead, for they could easily think of the Lord. They could then receive the results of sacrifices and become happy, even though in the material world. So out of fear of Hiranyakashipu, they were not able to remember. Yeah, somebody like to say.
Yeah, I was reading Bhagavatam yesterday. I want to paste this one paragraph from the purport that I liked. I pasted it. So this is regarding fear, why we are fearful, and so the way that it says is that see, a surrendered soul can actually experience that Krishna is a well-wishing friend, and since that friend is a supreme controller of the whole existence, all material world, then there is no cause for fear. Right, so that's the Bhoktaram Yagna Tapasam. He's my best friend and he is the supreme controller. There is no one above him and he controls everything. So why should I fear? Like the son of a rich man certainly feels confident while touring the estate of his father. This whole material world is the property of Krishna. Everywhere I go, it's like I am the son of a rich man, of that rich man, Krishna. Then why should I be fearful? Similarly, an empowered representative of the government feels confident in the discharge of his duty. In the same way, a devotee of Krishna, acting as a representative of the Supreme Lord, feels confident because he can understand at every moment that the entire material and spiritual creation is strictly under the control of his benevolent master. The non-devotee, however, denies the supreme position of Krishna and therefore imagines that something is different from Krishna. For example, if a servant of the government thinks that there is some dangerous obstacle that cannot be controlled by the government's power, he becomes fearful. So why we are fearful is that we think that there is something bigger than Krishna that is not under the control of Krishna. Then we are becoming fearful. If a child feels that there is some power that cannot be subdued by his father, then he will become fearful. Similarly, because we artificially think that there is something within this existence that is not under the strict control of the benevolent Lord, then we become fearful. And so this is what is they saying is Dvitiya, Abhiniveshita. That verse is we are thinking something other than Krishna is more powerful than Krishna, is not under the control of Krishna. Of course, we say we being in the bodily concept, that is also Dvitiya, right? But here, the way that they sing Dvitiya, something other than Krishna is in control.
Yeah, we are anxiety because things are not under our control. That's why there is anxiety. But they are not under my control, but they are under Krishna's control. So
Mhm.
it is
And
not.
Krishna is my best friend.
Hmm,
He's my affectionate father,
hmm,
right? That faith should also be there, right? Not that, oh, Krishna will become angry at me and he will punish me.
yeah. Only thing is we have to be afraid of falling down. We have to
Mm-hmm.
be fearful of our
I'll
material
be fear.
desires.
Yes.
Vaishnava Prad, fearful of Vaishnava Prad, fearful of our material desires, fearful of our mind, that our mind can, distract us away. We will lose Krishna consciousness, like that. So these are the only fears, right? From from our own self, like we are our own enemy. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we are not, so that is the only thing we have to be afraid of.
Mm-hmm. Fear of Vaishnava Prad.
Vaishnava Prad, yeah. Fear of doing things not favorable for Krishna consciousness, right? Fear of, yeah, material desires, that all these desires are so strong, Krishna, you know. So that's the only fear. Outside, yeah, outside that, they say the enemy is within, right? They say the Hiranyakashipu is within. The uncontrolled mind is the greatest enemy. So we have to be afraid of our own mind, and that's the okay.
But in
So
case of like Kayadhu also was, she was fearful for his protection of his own child. So sometimes it is difficult to describe that. I mean, that's a genuine fear a mother can feel for their child.
yeah, in the material
Um,
world, there'll be always this anxiety will always be there.
and because of that, she was not focusing on the Bhagavatam. I don't know that because she has that faith because I don't know she was a devotee or not. Because we say that we are talking about the peace, that if one is not connected in Krishna consciousness, one cannot be peaceful.
Yeah.
I mean, one has to know that, okay, that Mataji was saying that one has to know that, oh, my father is very strong or my government is strong, like they can protect me. Such kind of knowledge one has to know first and then have a conviction and faith that no, whatever happen, I will be protected in. Like Prahlad Maharaj has a very strong faith on Lord that whatever it will be, he will be protected.
Yeah.
So without connecting, the first thing that one has to connect oneself to, like, this consciousness. I mean, we say that you talk about the fear. I mean, there's other verse also like the passing day and night. One has to know that their life is going on, duration of life. So one has to be shaken by the fear. And that's where one can give up the material attachment. Ahoratrish chidyamana. That verse is there. And that's where also one can attain peace, but yeah, it's all process.
Yeah, if you are fearful of doing fearful of something, then you will do the right thing and you will avoid doing the wrong thing. Basically, that's the good fear, right? So so that we will, yeah, we will surrender to Krishna. And if you are fearful, also you surrender to Krishna. Krishna, yes, please protect me. I'm helpless in this material world. So that also that fear will also push you towards Krishna. So and ultimately we have to, yeah, protect ours from ourselves, from our own. That's why Prahlad Maharaj says that take away all the material desires from my heart. Take away all the material desires from the core of my heart. If you want to give me a benediction, then so desire to give up material desires. That is the thing. We should desire to give up our material desires.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
So I think regarding this piece, like we know that this was from Bhagavad Gita, like Bhokta Ram Yagya Tapasam Sarvalokam Maheshwaram. So I think all three things are required for peace. Like even if one thing is missing, then we'll not have peace. Like we need to know that Krishna is the enjoyer and he is the master of whole universe and he is our best well wisher. So just knowing that he is the master and he's our well-wisher itself may not give peace. We also know we need to know that we are not the enjoyers. He is the enjoyer. So all these three things are in place. Then this is the perfect peace formula. Then we can find peace.
Yeah, like sometimes they say philosophical theism, psychological atheism. Means philosophically we say yes, Krishna is the enjoyer, and this philosophically, but psychologically I'm acting as if I am the enjoyer, right? So means my behavior is like that, that I am. So of course we can't ultimately cheat Krishna, right? Krishna knows everything about. So, and they say actions speak louder than words. So so yeah, so that is also there. So we have to, yeah, the knowledge is there, then realization means you have to act on that knowledge. Realization means you act on that knowledge. So so that is also there. And we may not be there yet, but or you all are there, but yeah, we can always think that how can I act on this? And we have to remember the knowledge so that we can act on that knowledge also.
Mhm.
So
So if we are not peaceful, then we can understand that either we have material desires or we think that there is something beyond Krishna which is in control.
yeah, bhukti mukti siddhi kami sakala shanta. So Krishna bhakta nishkamate vashanta. So more material desires, the more the less will be the peace of mind also. That's what this verse is saying. Okay. Shri Rishaya, what is the time? It's 8 o'clock. Okay, so we will stop here. Bhagavatam. You can hear. Hmm. 1 minute. Shravanam. So there was question answers with Vraj Bihari Prabhu, so we'll hear them a little bit. Can you hear or you can't hear? Maybe you can
We can't hear, Prabhu.
share the sound.
Is the story about the three dogs, is that a true story?
I heard it, yeah. I mean, I have not seen that incident, but I heard a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, one sadhu did the 3 dogs. I've not confirmed it. It's a popular story.
What kind?